Well, it finally came. The Starlink. We're about to link to the stars with the dish thing. Here it is, the Starlink. Well, these things have been so hyped on the internet. There's been a bunch of YouTube videos on them. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the hype is real. This thing has been awesome. We installed it a couple days ago in the dark. I couldn't get any video. We just did a quick dirty install, drilled a hole in the floor, ran a cord through it. There's a bunch of install videos on these, so whatever. Watch the unboxing, watch the videos on how to install it. It takes like 2 minutes. The longest part was getting the thing to acquire satellites, and once it did, we have 50 megs download. Previously, the fastest speeds we could get out here were on our cell phones, and we were getting like 5 to 8 megs on a good day until we got bottlenecked or throttled or whatever they call it. So this is awesome. We don't have cable out here. Comcast ended their lines 1,000 feet away and refused to run them to us without paying like $125,000. There's Ziply fiber out here, which was garbage. We had more downtime than uptime. Finally, we just gave up. So I've been using hotspots and a MoFi out here. And even with those, we get like 8 megs. So we were pumped. We got on the Starlink beta. There's somebody creeping around our driveway here. It must be inspired by the great work I did earlier in the year fixing that driveway. Anyway, so we're gonna take the Starlink. I'm gonna mount it properly now. I bought the pole mount kit along with the volcano kit. The volcano kit was for going on the top of the roof. We don't need that. This guy will pole mount to our front porch and have no obstructions. So I'm going to do that, and we'll show you what's in the kit. One sec here. So here's what's in the box. Well, the box, you open the box. You got instructions. I like that Starlink uses these like IKEA instructions. Gee, what do? I put the thing in the other thing and I screw it into a pole. And then they tell you what's in the box and there's an X. What's not in the box? You need a tool to install it. So that's cool. So this is the pole. Are we going to call this a pole link? I guess. There's a little stopper down here, just in case your Starlink comes disconnected. I guess it won't fall through, or maybe your pole won't come up and hit it. That's pretty smart. It's used with a little crush pin, so you could replace that if you need to. Just hammer it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 6 holes to put screws through. They give you the screws. Yeah, technically these are bolts. No, they are screws. Bolts go through a pre-drilled hole, right? For to use in our nomenclature, screws screw into something. I guess technically these are going to screw into the pole. And then this is really cool. This is going to save me a couple bucks. These guys, you can screw to your siding to run your wire for your Skylink. That's kind of neat. Also, if you're installing your Skylink and you're just drilling a hole through the wall for the wire to go through, a 5/8 hole is not big enough. It's going to have to be 3/4 inch or better. There's a thing on it that is bigger than the Ethernet cable. So there's a little tip. So yeah, what I did was I built me a little thingamadoo. This guy right here. How this is going to work is it's going to set up like this. These are going to screw into my 4x4 posts on the porch roof, and then I go out away from the roof so we have clearance, and the pole support's going to bolt onto this, so the satellite will be on top of that. See, I just built this out of some reclaimed pipe. We'll use some 2-inch galvanized screws to screw it in. Yeah, this is just reclaimed pipe. I've been collecting this stuff over the years. I was one of those cool people who made lamps out of pipes, and then everybody started making lamps out of pipes, and then the cost of these iron pipes went through the roof. It was kind of funny watching that happen. But I find these at architectural salvage places, and even they charge $1 billion for it now, but every now and then you can get a deal on them. And I've used them for all sorts of stuff. We made a railing for the loft in our shed. See the shed over there? It's got a little loft in it for storage. We built a railing to get up there with it. So this stuff comes in handy. It's strong, it's heavy. I use 2 legs here just because this dish is pretty heavy. So when we're pushing down on here, I'm hoping that these, when the dish is pushing down there, I'm hoping these will relieve the load a little bit and not tear out of the 4x4. So we'll see. Maybe I should have made this one a little longer, but I kind of ran out of long pipe. So it is what it is. I capped this pipe. This pipe is going to be pointed towards the sky. Water's going to get in there, and I didn't want the water just to gather up in here and maybe flow through and just be sitting against my 4x4s. I was going to put a T here for the water to just drain out, but then I figured bees and stuff would get up in there. So I do have an elbow, but I capped the pipe so water doesn't come through. So let's start screwing this thing together a little bit, see how it does. Okay, so these screws fit into a 7/16 whatchamadooey here. So there we go. This is 7/16. Let's see how we want to start this. I guess we're going to take our tube here, and we'll just shove it on the end of this thing first, all the way to the stops. It's kind of like doing a Christmas tree, because this is going to be a little difficult to center. You could put a huge pole through here. Probably just hand screw in some if it'll let me. No, these are going to tap through the metal. Yowzers. Let's see how soft the metal is. I might have to like start these with a drill maybe. I started by hand? Okay, this one started by hand. Interesting. See if the rest of them will start by hand. Oh yeah, they're kind of tapped in there. Okay, I thought we were going to have to tap it because the first one went in a little tough. I think they just had some overspray on the paint. This isn't bad. This isn't awful at all. They really did a lot of thinking when they set this whole package up, like how you use your phone to do the setup on the satellite kit. Just the instructions being simple. I saw some people online like complaining that the instructions weren't in depth enough. Well, there's nothing to be in depth about. You plug this thing in and it just does everything. That's kind of that, I guess, Apple simplicity that everybody loved. I don't like that. I like fidgeting with things, but there is something to be said to just plug it in something and having it work without needing to have a stinking master's degree in, you know, physics or whatever. Hope we got to loosen these to go around the cap. I don't know why you need a master's degree in physics to, well, yeah, to set up a satellite. There's physics there. But no, it worked pretty quickly. It took about 12 minutes to, it was like, said there was no satellite for 3 minutes, and then it took it, to give you really good statistics on the app, then it took it like 3 minutes to do some kind of beta thing. I don't know what it was doing. It doesn't really explain to you, but it makes you feel good that it's thinking real hard on your behalf, so you don't have to. It's windy here. This new place where these huge gusts that come through here, and they flex the windows. This wind coming from the east. It's pretty amazing. Okay, this is not very well balanced out. This is just like doing a Christmas tree, which I'm not great at. So you gotta like loosen up one side. To do another. Eventually they'll all come out. I think they expected you to do this while on a ladder after your pole's already been attached, which I guess I could have done. I think I am going to do that. All right, stay tuned. I've got a tool. Just look at this guy. Yeah, make those 90-degree corners no problem. Whoops. If you don't have one of these, you got to get it. This is so cool. Bends, it flexes, you go around corners, hit your 90s, got a little handle. This thing's so cool. Oh, one more. And it magnetizes, holds onto the screw for you. Whoops. Hey, great tool. I just can't use it. That's going nowhere. Okay, so this is definitely how you're supposed to do this. You want to get your pole up, or at least point it upright, and this will just kind of balance itself because it's got, can you see this? I don't know if you can. Let's try bringing it down. So it's got that metal thingy inside. So if you loosen up your screws, it'll just sit on that little metal hoobie and kind of balance itself. It doesn't need to be perfect, by the way. The Starlink is pretty cool in that it moves itself. So I'm going to twist this because it does want to point that way. So when I point it that way, it'll move itself up and down. I don't think it twists side to side. I actually haven't looked at the thing since we installed it in the dark. So I could be completely wrong. It might move 360 degrees, but I don't believe so. When you do the setup on it, it does tell you to point it in the correct direction, and then it will self-correct for, you know, looking up and down for the satellites. So I don't want to do these screws too tight. I just want to get them in the iron. I was worried that this thing would bounce around a lot because I was only using 3/4 inch pipe. Not too bad. I am going to tighten the pipe down a little bit more. This piece right here, I'm going to give it another spin. This kind of roughed it together, but these are on there real good. So I'll see if I can spin this around. I'm going to have to move the ladder. Always moving the ladder. Hold on. Oh yeah. That's enough. It ain't gonna need to twist more than that. Okay, so this is up here. It's set. It's relatively level. All my set screws are screwed in pretty tight. They're in there. This thing ain't gonna go nowhere, and if it does, it's just gonna cost $400 to fix. $400, no big deal. You're supposed to like disconnect the satellite, I'm sure, before hooking it up here. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna put it up here because it's faster, and I'm lazy. So we'll move the camera. Hopefully this keeps the satellite in view. Yeah. Pro camera work here by yours truly. I'm a professional. Well, I didn't think about that. This thing isn't unplugged, so it's searching for satellites. Oops. All right, it's installed. Tighten this pipe down more. This thing does move 360. That's cool. I want to twist its wire. Man, it's pointing just straight up though. That's wild. I'm worried a little bit that it's going to catch some wind and spin or something, because the winds out here are wild. I'm going to adjust this so the wire's pointing. Oh, sorry, Mr. Satellite. It's moving all over the place. Yeah, I put it in the bag and it was not happy about that. It started moving and bucking and jiving on me. So that was a mistake. I didn't even show you that bag in the video. Look at this thing move. Dad's inside. He's probably like, what the heck happened to the internet? Of course, I didn't tell anybody I was doing this stupid thing. Just wanted to get those good internet points. Doing a cool video. Hope I turned on my punch stuff. Okay, it's not going anywhere. It's here. Yeah. See, by moving it, it's got to reconnect to the satellites. Oopsie. So I'll start hooking up wires, and by the time I'm done doing that, I'm sure it'll be fine. That's why it was moving around like that. It couldn't find satellites. I whacked it all out. So it takes like 15 minutes or less to get back hooked up after you after you unplug it or whatever. So I'll hook up some wires and we'll get it back going. Okay, well, I was hooking up all the wire and then forgot that there's a gutter here. So I'm gonna have to go around, push the wire back out the hole we drilled and rerun it. So that'll be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll just go over the gutter. I don't know. Nobody's gonna notice it but me. But in the meantime, let's run a speed test. Oh, baby. Yeah, we just reconnected to the satellites. We're already getting almost 40 meg. Oh, 40, there it is. And it gets faster as you go, as it reacquaints itself with the satellites. This beautiful thing sitting up here, reaching for the stars on its brand new reclaimed iron pipe holder thingy madoo. All right, Elon, on behalf of the Earthlings, thank you so much. So, I'm gonna keep doing stuff.